Do you know the story behind one of the world's most beloved brands? Coca-Cola has been a part of our lives for over a century, but its history is not as sweet as its signature drink. In this video, we'll explore the dark side of Coca-Cola's past, and how its actions have impacted the environment, labour, public health, and communities around the world. From environmental destruction to labour exploitation, Coca-Cola's history is far from the wholesome image it portrays in its marketing campaigns. But how did this global giant become embroiled in such controversy? Stick around and we'll take you on a journey through Coca-Cola's disturbing history, from its early days to the present. We'll uncover shocking secrets, expose hidden truths, and shed light on the impact of this beverage behemoth. So, grab a cold Coke and get ready to take a deep dive into the history of one of the world's most iconic brands. Coca-Cola's original formula contained cocaine, which was considered a miracle drug in the late 19th century. The drink was marketed as a cure for a variety of ailments, including headache, fatigue, and even impotence. Coca-Cola was first created in 1886 by a pharmacist named John Pemberton, who used coca leaves and cola nuts to make a syrup that he sold as a medicine. The drink was originally called Pemberton's French Wine Coca, and was marketed as a cure for nervousness, indigestion, and other health problems. The active ingredient in coca leaves is cocaine, which was considered a miracle drug at the time. Pemberton believed that the combination of cocaine and caffeine would create a powerful and effective tonic. However, as the negative effects of cocaine became more well known, Coca-Cola was forced to remove the drug from its formula. Today, the company uses caffeine as its primary stimulant, but the legacy of cocaine in Coca-Cola's history remains. Coca-Cola's marketing tactics have also been controversial. The company has been accused of targeting children with its ads, using cartoon characters and celebrities to promote its sugary drinks. This has contributed to the rise in childhood obesity and other health problems related to sugar consumption. Coca-Cola spends billions of dollars each year on advertising and marketing, and much of that money is directed at children and teenagers. The company has used popular cartoon characters, celebrities, and even athletes to promote its products, creating a strong association between Coca-Cola and youth culture. Critics argue that these tactics are unethical and contribute to the rise in childhood obesity and other health problems related to sugar consumption. The World Health Organization has recommended that children consume no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar per day. Yet, a single can of Coca-Cola contains more than 9 teaspoons of sugar. Coca-Cola has been criticised for its environmental impact. The company produces millions of plastic bottles every day, and many of these bottles end up in landfills or in the ocean, where they can take hundreds of years to decompose. Coca-Cola has been accused of contributing to plastic pollution and harming the environment. The production and disposal of plastic bottles has a significant impact on the environment, and Coca-Cola is one of the biggest producers of plastic waste in the world. The company has been criticised for its lack of action on this issue, with many environmental groups calling for Coca-Cola to take more responsibility for its waste. In recent years, Coca-Cola has made efforts to reduce its environmental impact by investing in recycling programs and using more sustainable materials in its packaging. However, some environmentalists argued that these efforts are not enough, and that Coca-Cola needs to do more to address the problem of plastic pollution. Another disturbing aspect of Coca-Cola's history is its involvement in human rights abuses. In the 1970s and 1980s, Coca-Cola operated in countries such as Guatemala and Colombia, where labour unions were violently suppressed and workers were subjected to harsh working conditions. Coca-Cola has been accused of supporting these human rights abuses by providing financial support to paramilitary groups that were responsible for violence against workers. The company has also been accused of using its influence to prevent workers from forming unions and advocating for better working conditions. In 2001, a group of Colombian workers sued Coca-Cola, alleging that the company was complicit in the murder of union leaders by paramilitary groups. The lawsuit was dismissed, but it drew attention to the company's involvement in human rights abuses. Coca-Cola has since made efforts to improve its labour practices, including working with human rights organisations and implementing labour standards for its suppliers. However, the company still faces criticism for its past actions and for not doing enough to address ongoing labour issues in its supply chain. Coca-Cola's impact on public health is another concern aspect of its history. The company's products are high in sugar and calories, which can contribute to a range of health problems including obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. According to a report by the World Health Organization, sugary drinks are a major contributor to the global rise in obesity and related health problems. Coca-Cola has been criticised for its role in promoting sugary drinks and for not doing enough to address the health impacts of its products. In addition to its sugary drinks, Coca-Cola also owns several other beverage brands that have been criticised for their health impacts. For example, Minute Maid, a brand of fruit juice owned by Coca-Cola, has been accused of misleading consumers about its health benefits. Minute Maid has been marketed as a healthy alternative to soda, but many of its products are high in sugar and calories. Some critics argue that the brand's marketing is misleading and contributes to the overall confusion about what is and isn't healthy. In 2003, a community in India filed a lawsuit against Coca-Cola, alleging that the company was depleting their water supply and polluting their land with toxic waste. This lawsuit was settled in 2015, with Coca-Cola agreeing to pay the community $47 million and to improve its water stewardship practices. Coca-Cola's history of labour exploitation has also been well documented. The company has been accused of using its influence to prevent workers from forming unions and advocating for better working conditions. In 2006, workers in Guatemala filed a lawsuit against Coca-Cola, alleging that they were subjected to violence and intimidation by the company's local bottler. The lawsuit was settled in 2010, with Coca-Cola agreeing to pay the workers $11.5 million and to improve its labour practices. Despite these efforts, Coca-Cola still faces criticism for its labour practices. Coca-Cola's impact on public health is another concerning aspect of its history. The company's products are high in sugar and calories, which can contribute to a range of health problems including obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. In addition to its sugary drinks, Coca-Cola also owns several other beverage brands that have been criticised for their health impacts. For example, Minute Maid, a brand of fruit juice owned by the Coca-Cola Company, has been accused of misleading customers about its health benefits. Minute Maid has been marketed as a healthy alternative to soda, but many of its products are high in sugar and calories. Some critics argue that the brand's marketing is misleading and contributes to the overall confusion about what is and isn't healthy. Finally, Coca-Cola's impact on communities around the world is a major concern. The company's marketing campaigns have been accused of promoting Western cultures and values, while disregarding the needs and traditions of local communities. In 2015, Coca-Cola launched a campaign in South Africa that was criticised for appropriating traditional Xhosa culture for commercial gain. So, there you have it, the disturbing history of Coca-Cola. From its early days as a cure-all tonic to its global domination today, this brand has a complicated past. The history of Coca-Cola is a complex and troubling one. We've seen how Coca-Cola's actions have impacted the environment, exploited labour, and affected public health and communities around the world. But what can we do with this knowledge? As consumers, we have the power to make informed choices about the products we buy and the companies we support. By educating ourselves and holding corporations accountable, we can demand more ethical and sustainable practices. So the next time you reach for a can of Coke, think about the impact of your purchase. Are you supporting a company that values profit over people and the planet? Or are you choosing to support a brand that is committed to social responsibility and environmental stewardship? It's up to us to make a difference. Thanks for joining us on the journey through Coca-Cola's history, and we hope you'll join us in creating a more just and sustainable future.